What are you waiting for right now? And how are you waiting for it? However, you're waiting for that thing, that person, or that place does matter. I have been guilty of not waiting well. And when you can't wait for something, it's a struggle. The struggle is very real for many of us, and all of us will find ourselves in a waiting season for some particular thing. I will be reading from a devotional for the next couple of weeks. This devotional is called Wait for It, Finding Hope in the In Between. This is a 5-day devotional, but I'm not going to read all 5 days. But I do want you to hear the parts that I absolutely enjoyed and identified with. The invitation to wait. What are you waiting for right now? Maybe it's clarity about a decision, a relationship to change, a door to open, a difficult season to end. For many of us, life feels like a series of waiting rooms, and we don't tend to sit in them very well. I'm guilty. We live in a culture that resists waiting. If something takes too long, we find a faster way. If we feel bored or uncertain, we reach for distractions. Waiting feels inefficient at best, and at worst, like we're doing something wrong. But scripture tells a different story. If you trace the narrative of the Bible, it's filled with waiting. Abraham waits for a promised son. Israel waits for deliverance from slavery. David waits to become king. Generations wait for the Messiah. Even after Jesus' resurrection, his followers must wait for the Spirit, and now we wait for his return. Waiting isn't a detour in the story of faith, it's part of the story itself. Psalm 27 captures this tension. David writes in the middle of real fear, with enemies surrounding him, uncertainty, maybe even death, pressing in, and yet he ends with this refrain: Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. This kind of waiting isn't passive, it requires strength and it asks something of us. We're invited to faithfully remain when we'd rather escape or give up. God asks us to trust in Him when we would rather control our circumstances. But that's because God knows that waiting isn't wasted time. It's a space where He is able to meet us, comfort us, and prepare us for what's coming next. We're going to explore what it means to wait on the Lord, not as a test to endure, but as an invitation to experience God's presence, remember His faithfulness, and grow in hope. So, what are you currently waiting for? Me? What I'm really, really, really needing right now at this very, very present moment is just peace of mind, peace in my dealings with myself. A lot of times I'm not patient with myself at all. I still deal with very heavily beating myself up if I make a mistake or if I don't understand something. I'm not patient with myself. And a lot of times I'm not patient with other people because I just experience impatience with myself. And that's a character flaw, but I do have it. I identify that I have it. I just need peace in dealings with myself. And therefore, I would definitely have it with other people. And as much as I would love to be like, oh Lord, please heal me of my anger, heal me of impatience with myself and other people. I want it microwaved. I want to be new now. It's a process. Everything is a process, and you have to wait. We all have been to the emergency room where you're in the waiting room for what seems like an eternity. The waiting room presents uncertainty, it presents fear, it presents all types of emotions that you probably didn't even realize you had until you're sitting there waiting. For me, in my single season, I have dealt with impatience. I have also dealt with anger. And now that I'm no longer so bothered that I'm single, I am now dealing with the anger and the impatience with myself and with other people and how they behave. It's still a waiting room, and I've not waited well. But we're going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm sure you're dealing with something that helps you say, hey, I'm dealing with this thing too. I can get there. How do you typically respond when you feel stuck or delayed? Oh my goodness. I am so guilty of lashing out and anger. Like I said, oh my goodness, I really hate that I do this is my portion. This is what I've been dealt. Or rather, this is what I've taken on. You're watching my videos. I have dealt with a lot of trauma and still some you haven't even heard yet. As you grow up, you take on the traits that you were brought up in. I was brought up in dysfunction. I was brought up in uncertainty, anger, all this stuff. So it latched on to me. And yes, I'm very guilty of it, but I've taken responsibility and accountability for all of my actions, and I'm trying to get better. So I think I'm waiting better now. I just kind of like look, and now I'm quicker to pray. Not as quick as I still could be, but I'm quicker to pray now. And the last question: what would change if you saw waiting as part of your formation, not an interruption? For me, definitely as far as my singleness and abstinence, I definitely see the waiting as formation. Where I would have jumped and lunged at the opportunity to be with some man, I now sit back. I now wait. I now observe. I pay attention. I listen. I get discernment. I also have friends and family that love me who will also help me stay accountable, pay attention to signs that I would not pay attention to, red flags that I would have let wave all up in my face and still say, hey, what you want to do? This part of waiting has been a roller coaster ride, yet enjoyable because y'all, in a million years, I never thought I would be where I am now. Never. You could have never told me I would be where I'm at right now. Not one time. Not once. But here I am, feeling better, definitely mentally, emotionally, physically, definitely spiritually. But I still have those moments where I'm not. And you know what? That's where you got to learn to rely not on yourself, not on people, not on money, not on sex, not on whatever your vice is. Lean on the Lord. I know a lot of people are antichrist. I that's just the case. Even when I didn't know the Lord, I knew there was something or someone out there that wanted better for me, wanted best for me, and it wasn't me. And I knew it had to be more to life than just living and drugging and sex and fighting and being unforgiving. I knew it was better because that was tearing me up. It was killing me. Now that I know that I can lean on him, who is the center of my strength, when I have none, I have not failed. And I don't look at failures as failure. I look at those as opportunities to grow and to do better, to help other people grow and to do better. When you know better, you do better. So join me for the second part of the invitation to wait. If you've enjoyed this video,